46.
7:30 at the mighty 1630 KCJJ. Jim Hunter and Tommy Lang, and we are joined this morning by Iowa Heartlanders broadcaster David Fine and associate coach Mike Lysyj. Good afternoon or good morning, gentlemen. Welcome.
If only it were afternoon already.
Wouldn't it be nice? We'd be napping right now.
It'd be great.
Yeah, I was going to say it's afternoon for afternoon in your guys' minds, but still 7:30 in the morning.
Just about lunchtime. Just about lunchtime in my brain. So how are things going, guys?
Good. I'll let Mike answer it more officially, but
yeah, what's the official version, Mike, of how we're doing today?
We're doing great today.
Okay.
Good.
I was looking at the standings in the Western Conference, and it's early in the season, but nobody's really taken the ball and pulled away. So it's still pretty close right now.
Yeah, it's still up in the air, and just got to keep stacking wins on top of each other.
Yeah, and you guys are home tomorrow night, correct?
Correct. Bloomington at home.
Yeah, we've been talking about how we're going to be carrying the game from Bloomington on Friday, but let's not forget there is a home game tomorrow night, which for whatever reason I've learned, working in hockey, in the past. For some reason, Thanksgiving is like a big weekend for hockey. Has that been the case for a long time?
For how many years I've been in the game, yes, there's been games on Thanksgiving. For me, being a junior the last 4 or 5 years, always playing on Thanksgiving. But yeah, it's
really wow.
Yeah, I guess you get fans going home. You can get a gate. You can get local people in the building. So I think it's a good tradition.
Like the Waterloo Blackhawks host a Thanksgiving game every single year against the Rough Riders.
Oh, cool.
For example. And
in our league, we played Fort Wayne on Thanksgiving a few years ago. Oh, I couldn't stand it.
Is that like a team-by-team thing like Fort Wayne always hosts?
Fort Wayne always hosts it every year. There were 10,000 people there, which was cool. But I'm like, Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday, and I just want to sit on the couch and have literally 1 to 1.5 beverages at most and eat so much food that I'm in a coma,
and watch football.
And watch football and not think or talk about hockey for one day out of it.
Come on, dude.
That's it for me. So I was none too thrilled to draw the short who goes to Fort Wayne straw. Especially because, Kalamazoo's doing it this year.
That's why you're broadcaster of the year, though.
Well, I guess. Any and all situations. But Kalamazoo's doing it this year. They're an hour and a half from Fort Wayne, so it's perfect. They could have their Thanksgiving afternoon and then just get on the bus and leave at, the game's at 7:30. Leave at 4. You're there by 5:30, and the game's at 7:30. So all for Kalamazoo doing it every year and no longer the Heartlanders.
I would think if you're on a team that's playing on Thanksgiving, that meal would be after the game, like a late meal. You wouldn't want to stuff yourself full of turkey and head out to the ice.
I've done it, though. I've done it,
but
I don't play. I don't play, but I'm all for stuffing my face before the broadcast, so there we go.
So is it just you and your immediate family then tomorrow, or on Thanksgiving? Or are you traveling, or what are you doing?
Actually, it's going to be kind of cool. Coach Weber, Chuck Weber, you guys have obviously met. He's been here a few times. He's hosting a few of us over at his place, which is nice. Some of my family has to actually work on Thanksgiving, so I'm delaying it until Saturday. So I'm actually getting double the fun.
Oh, fantastic!
It's my favorite holiday, and now I get to celebrate it twice. So it's but yeah, Mike will be there. A few other people from our staff will be there, and that's very nice of Chuck. Which leads to Mike. What are you bringing? Are you bringing anything?
I haven't decided yet.
Haven't decided.
I need to figure that out. And you brought up the Waterloo game. There's a good chance that I pop by that afterwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll be bringing a fine family recipe. For many years, I only just get a picture of the recipe every year because I lose the picture every year. It's called carrot pie. It's basically just it's not really like pie crust, but it's basically just a lot of brown sugar and flour and carrots and eggs. So it's very delicious.
Oh, that sounds good.
Heavy on the brown sugar. So it's like a little casserole, and that's a fine family recipe right there.
If I could transition to a plug for something else. Can you still get pies from Midtown, or was that yesterday?
I don't know. I would if I were you.
I'd call them as soon as we get done here.
Yeah.
Well, you or anybody, make a call, make sure they've got them.
Yeah, I'll do that because I am in charge of that for our Thanksgiving, getting the pie. So I'll have to call them and see.
Yeah, for sure.
But definitely today.
7:45 a.m. calling Midtown. I love it.
Midtown's open.
I know. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying that's you're actually beating the early rush, so there might be a wait on the line after the announcement to call right now. So
yeah, well, And then in my family, I'm famous for the stuffing, so I'm bringing stuffing to the family gathering this year. I'm not hosting, so I'm not making the turkey, so I got to bring the stuffing, which means I got to make like 3 pounds of it and put it in some sort of warmer and make sure that it's halfway decent for the family on Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to it.
And Thanksgiving is a holiday where you get a lot of people coming in from out of town, and like everybody goes out on the night before Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Or Thanksgiving night to go out with the classmates and stuff. So if you're going to go out tomorrow night, hey, hockey game's at 7. Done by like, what, 9:30ish?
Yep. Yeah, and you're down
then
there.
You go downtown, yeah.
You got the river landing down there. You can go to, all the different
wherever you meet your old classmates. Yeah. Everybody has their. Ours was always the Vito's, which was on the Ped Mall. Uh-huh. So that was always where we gathered my class.
No longer in existence.
There. Yeah, and of course, you notice I'm not going downtown on Thanksgiving night.
Yeah.
You and I have to work on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we do.
So
we're here.
We gotta be alert for.
You guys aren't alone in your Thanksgiving games.
Yes.
No. You have Thanksgiving morning shift too, which at least
Are we gonna have to test the equipment on Friday morning? Skate around.
I think we'll be okay. We can probably test it on Friday morning.
It's always fun.
Yeah,
I don't know how late the Hawk Fanatic's going to go with the game on Friday, but football game. But
yeah,
check in. Yeah,
maybe we'll check in on Friday. Yeah, I'm excited.
We'll be fully
guys.
staffed here all day Friday. I'm going to be watching the football game from here, so I can update the newscast.
That's right. Yeah, I'm pumped for what you're referring to. Is that our first game with you guys this regular season? We're doing a bunch of road games. Is on KCJJ, which is awesome. On Friday at 6:50-ish is when the pregame show will start. And I'm as excited as anyone. I've been pumping it on the air, and I'm getting our fans all ready to go for it. And it's going to be a lot of fun to go ahead and talk some hockey in Bloomington. It'll be a good crowd there. Hopefully we'll have a nice crowd tomorrow with people just saying, "Hey, I'm in the area. Let's go do something fun." And then if you can't make it on Wednesday or listen on Friday, then we're home on Sunday too for like skiing. I have no idea. Like it's like a skiing game. It's called Landers Classic, but it's like about skiing.
It's
so
for
I'm really a good mouthpiece for the organization here. It's I don't know how they got named, but it's a skiing themed game. Tomorrow's about blacking out, and then Sunday's a skiing themed game. So there you go.
Yeah, I like the blackout game is the night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, really.
That's good marketing, right?
Yeah, very smart.
Yeah, we came up with that. I don't know about the skiing nonsense, but get tickets for it anyway, please.
And it's so weird. You guys do these home away home series. How many do you have? You have a handful of those this year, don't you?
A bunch.
Yeah, I don't know the count on hand, but it seems like, especially with Bloomington, with proximity,
sure.
we're there almost every other weekend for the next month, and we've seen them a few times already this month. So,
I mean, I kind of like it. It's good for both. Part of the reason they do it is it's good for both organizations because instead of having to play like 3 straight road games or 3 straight home games, it saves on travel costs,
hotel and stuff.
You don't need a hotel. We're leaving at just before 1 in the afternoon, or whatever, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're there just before 5. You get off the bus, you unload, you stretch, you get your cup of coffee, eat a little something, you play the game, and then you're back home by 1:30 in the morning. So it's really not that bad. And especially on the way home, it's like the first hour and a half of that bus ride just flies, and then you only got another hour and a half.
Yeah, you're still all adrenalined up, so to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some of us
from
are.
a coaching perspective, you're watching one opponent for pre-scouts. So
really?
It's a little bit easier on us instead of you playing 3 different opponents in 3 different nights. You're
sure.
diving into video, special teams of all these teams. So it does take a load off us. So we don't hate it.
Yeah, David said last year. By about December, you guys were pretty tired of Bloomington.
12 of our first, I looked it up the other day, it was either 12 of our first 26 or 12 of our first 28. I think it was 26, 12, so basically half the games, and 10 of our first 18. I know that one for a fact. 10 of the first 18 games were against the same opponent, and that we averaged, this is also one that I remember. So you get 5 minutes for fighting, right? 5 penalty minutes. So we averaged 50 combined penalty minutes per game.
Oh my goodness!
Over 15 games against them, and it was just like guys. It was like by the end of that 10 and 18 or the 12 and 26, like those weren't even the games that had a lot of penalty minutes. It was all the first like 6 or 7 where they just beat up on each other, and then it was like. Both teams were tired of fighting each other, and it kind of delayed, and there weren't really any more fights or nastiness. There was like a 2-month delay or 2-month break, And then in March, we played them like 5 more times, and it was like we picked up where we left off at the start of the year, and it was crazy. And guys getting suspended. I mean, it was a lot of nonsense when you think about it. But it's sort of funny, and Mike probably can attest to this as both a former player and a coach for the last decade, which is like there are guys on Bloomington that I feel like I know their tendencies as well, like especially the second-year Bloomington guys. Like you get to know these players as well as you do the Heartlanders players.
Oh,
so, like, I know their captain, Eddie Matsushima, is going to try to go body first and probably, like, whack you on the leg when he's winning a faceoff every time. And it drives me absolutely nuts. And here I am watching it for, this year I think we played him 12 or 13 times. And it's like those individual rivalries, like, I feel that up in the booth, and I can't imagine it. I'm immersed to it. I see it so much. Pisses me off. And so for like not just him, but like other things that happened like last year, like last November or October in these early games of guys diving, and I remember them diving and all this stuff that happened, and it's just like all those individual storylines. So I'm sure you guys get equally as a coach, and also the players get equally as annoyed about these kind of things.
It's still early, but in the course of a long season, you're just like, oh, this guy again, or this guy again, over and over again.
Yep, over and over.
How does that work, by the way, with schedule? Because I know that you obviously play everybody in your division every year, but there were some teams where it's like you didn't play them last year, but you play them this year. I mean, how does the rotation work for playing teams in the ECHL?
Yeah, it's the ECHL. It's sort of funny, like minor league scheduling. Like everybody is, even you, Mike, in your first experience working in pro hockey as a coach. After your illustrious junior career, like juniors might be is not perfect, but most of the time it's just like a Friday, Saturday, maybe a Sunday, maybe an occasional Wednesday. But as you know, with the ECHL, it's like most weeks are Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it normally involves some element of travel unless you have all your games at home where you're going to multiple cities. So getting back to your original question is like, I feel like sometimes, and I know one of the guys who kind of helps make the schedule from the league office, and it's one, a little bit random, two, it's a lot of just availability of buildings, and then it's like, have you visited, they're always going to put probably about 50 to 60 games you're playing division opponents of your 7 or 8 division opponents. So, from there, then the other 12 is just like who's available on what date and how do things slot in. And they don't want to make a team like us, especially, like have to go fly every of those 12 games, like fly places, since we can just bus most places. So a lot of it's just completely random. Like this year we play Kansas City 6 times. They're 4.5 hours away. We'd only played them one time. We played them one time last year. I think we played them 2 times the year before. They're only 4.5 hours away. And so it's like, why don't we play that team more? And then this year we finally get that after 2 years of being like, why don't we play a team close to us? So it's very random.
Right. Are there teams in Florida? I mean, it's pretty spread out. Yeah.
We'll be there in January. We'll go to Orlando and Jacksonville.
I feel so bad for you.
Yep. Yeah, not complaining one bit.
Yeah.
So when are you down there in Orlando?
January 8th? No, I think it's the week before.
Okay.
Like the 22nd and the 23rd
so
or 21st.
Because there could be an Iowa Bowl game in that area. In the
month
early
later,
part of the month.
two months.
So you're saying you're coming then?
You could show up. I mean, the Orlando Solar Bears play at the same arena as the Orlando Magic, and it's right next to the Camping World Bowl too.
Nice.
So
nice.
You can, if you want to show up, you can. I can't say anyone will let you in.
But our whole month down there.
Yeah, why not?
Go on assignment.
Yeah.
I think one of you guys needs to come on assignment to
take the remote equipment.
That would be fun.
Show from down
for sure.
And definitely the Orlando portion and not the Jacksonville portion.
Right.
Sounds like the better leg of that stuff.
So Mike, the team has played 16 games. Is there anything that surprises you about the team, or any particular player that's kind of surprised you with their performance this early on?
Yeah, there's a number of guys that have surprised me. It's interesting coming from the junior world, and 6 years ago now I was in the Western Hockey League. A lot of these guys were in the Western Hockey League, so I've coached against them, so I've seen them, like Feiner was kind of relating to, this guy's driving you nuts, this guy's driving you nuts, and guys like Kelty, Jerry Leon, and Jack O'Brien were guys that I coached against in the Western Hockey League, so getting to work with those guys, getting to know them, but see how talented they are on a day-to-day basis has been great. Jackson Nelson, obviously recalled right now with the Iowa Wild, but he's been impressive, a guy that's played in the American League. Knew about him watched some video on him when we signed him. You just don't know, hey, how good is he going to be? And I think he's proved to be a quality veteran type forward for us, and well deserved for him to get called up. But we have a good group. I think still trying to find our identity. And the biggest thing that surprised me, and I was told this coming into it, it's the ECHL. You don't know what your roster is going to be day to day, and we've had the injury bug and call ups, and it's kind of wild on that side of things. A little bit different from junior, but also kind of the same with there are changes at every level. So that's probably been the most shocking thing for me.
Okay.
Now, the team's been 5 years, celebrating the 5-year anniversary. Have we had any players who played here make it up to the main squad yet in Minnesota, or is that still to come?
Yeah, no, there's 2 of them. Hunter Jones was our starting goalie on our opening night in team history. He made it all the way up to Minnesota in the second year. They also were dealing with COVID at the time, but he was up there. He didn't get a game in. And then the second guy that just got up there is David Spacek. He played a few games for us back in our third, whatever Kyle Masters' first year was.
So
third
year, yeah.
Yep, so 23, 24, he played a few games for us. He was sent down, and that's like part of what our league is about. And same thing with like the Colonels or anything too is, if guys come down from a higher level, they refine their confidence and then they blossom. And he was a perfect example of that, where like he's got to get some game experience. We need him to just learn from you guys for a week, like maybe a little bit of a kick in the butt too, as kind of just like, hey, you have a lot of talent. We want to see you work hard. And he came in, and that weekend he was like completely dominant, and then very well deservingly David Spacek got called right up because he played so well and he did exactly what he was supposed to do. And he's kind of in that position where he's like, if there's an injury or two in Minnesota, he will be up there maybe playing in a game. So it's cool that a few of our guys have made it all the way up. And hopefully many more. And that's kind of like that kind of follows the path, because if you think about it, we had a really good team last year, but the first 3 years we had some guys that, we didn't necessarily have as much talent as maybe we've had the last 2 years, I would say, making the playoffs last year with our first, playoff appearance, best season ever. So, when your team's better, it kind of follows that you're probably going to have more guys making it up to the NHL. So hopefully in a few years from now, we'll see sort of the fruits of, our best season ever. And most teams, even I think back to my time with previous teams in this league where it's like, they had been around for 20 years and they had 25 to 30 guys that were called up. So that kind of follows the path of, your first few years, you figure it out, and then hopefully guys continue to make it up.
Looking forward to that.
Well, and you've got a great recruiting tool with the arena, of course, and that helps. Anybody that may be on the fence on whether they want to go to here or some warehouse in Fort Wayne or something like that. So
I know you two were. I know you were there, David, for the Three Ice news conference. Now, do either of you two have anything to do with that, or is it just kind of sharing the arena with them?
We're basically sharing the arena with them, but we're partnering to bring awareness that this Three Ice is coming to Coralville. So for those that don't know what it is, about 2 months after our season's over, when it's 95 degrees outside, there's this 3-on-3 summer hockey league called Three Ice. And it's not just for those that are big hockey fans. In overtime, they play 3-on-3 hockey. And they have changed the rules around a little bit to make it a little bit more offensive and skill-based, even than just playing 3 skaters aside plus a goalie. So, we're partnering with them. We're really excited. They're on FanDuel, CBS Sports Network kind of thing. And they plan on expanding here too, which is kind of cool, as a future summer tenant of the arena, which means the ice is going to be in the arena all summer as well. So maybe I'll actually learn how to skate more than 1 mile an hour this summer. That could also be a big benefit of this. But no, that we're partnering with them, and they're partnering with the arena, and it's just it's for us, it's about continuing to make hockey a year-round sport and grow the youth experience. And what's really cool about it is that I know you were there, Tommy, but I don't know how many people caught it, is that basically every one of their coaches is an NHL Hall of Famer. And the one guy that's not is one of my favorite players growing up, Ken Danico, who played 25 years for the New Jersey Devils. And so he was one of my favorite players growing up, big, rugged, physical defenseman. Now he's Mr. Devil, now a TV personality. But the other 7 coaches are NHL Hall of Famers. So it's kind of cool that they're going to be living here essentially in Coralville this summer.
Yeah.
Which is just awesome.
He's going like Monica's, and there's Guy Carbonneau.
Yeah.
Like a jambalaya.
Yeah, no kidding. Or like Pierre Turgeon and Guy Carbonneau. And,
yeah, they're going to be basically living here because they're shooting it. It's the way I describe it to people is it's kind of like a TV show. Yeah. It's real sport. I mean, it's real competitive.
Yeah.
But they're filming it, shooting it for TV and live TV and stuff. For you mentioned, is it FanDuel?
Yeah, I think FanDuel Sports Network.
Yeah, and then they said a bunch of other regional affiliates as well because they have different teams representing different cities, but they'll play here.
Yes.
So, yeah, you're going to be, even if you're like a New York fan, you'll be watching ice hockey from here,
yes.
from Iowa.
Yeah. That's right. Like it's on
cool.
the MSG is like the big sports station in New York City. So it's on like MSG, but it's also here will be on FanDuel Sports Network or whatever the affiliate of FanDuel Sports Network is here. And then I know that they're working on hopefully having a few Heartlanders players take part because essentially what it is it's a destination for guys that play in the ECHL and AHL that are trying to break through and make the NHL. That's basically their base. So Isaac Johnson, who's one of our best offensive players this year, he had a hat trick and won the championship in the final game last year. So he had a hat trick in the final game to win the championship.
That's awesome.
And Isaac's a funny guy, and he was like, "Yeah, they haven't asked me back yet." And I was like the MVP of the final game last year. So I was like, "Well, go talk to them because they're here, if you want to play." So, and for the players, it's a great opportunity to get paid a little bit and still also have a chance of showcasing your skills for a national audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'll be very cool. I'm looking forward to that too.
Me too. I'm pumped for it. I'm pumped for this week too. It's going to be great.
Yeah, got game again tomorrow night, blackout night, 7:00. If you want to go to Extreme Arena tomorrow night, and then Sunday the Landers Classic. Which it's funny. I was actually kind of one of the reasons I might have gotten sick. I went to the Regina quarterfinal football game outdoors. It was cold, and the student section's theme was ski school or something. Where they were like all wearing like little goggles. So I don't know if that's a thing now.
I think it is.
Okay.
I think we're just out of touch.
Yeah,
I think we're just out of touch. And I'll take back what I said. Great name for the theme night. We're out of touch. And then, guys, also I'm excited for people to tune in on Friday night. Some hockey on the radio, and I'll do my best to not mess it up.
Don't swear.
Swear and mess it up.
Punch anything.
No punching anything. I've done that once this year. So.
All right. Well, thanks, guys,
thanks
for
for coming
coming in.
in.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.